Hi guys, this is Madhu Chalin. Welcome to the IPFS tutorial. I am getting so many queries related to IPFS Hyperledger Fabric integration, so I thought of creating this video. I will have a walkthrough of the entire implementation of IPFS in this project. So let's first see the user interface, how the IPFS is working in this Hyperledger Fabric application. Here when you click on this, there is an option to upload file. Click on this button, you can browse the file and then upload the required file. So let me open the Visual Studio. Here in this report file, first go through the HTML part. This file is corresponding to this page, and here you can see the upload file. The input type has been set as file, and the onChange event I am calling a function add path and passing the event. So what is there in the add path? So in this add path, what I am doing is I am extracting the file and converting that to array buffer. It is setting to a React.js state variable. The state variable name upload, and that value has been set to this variable. Once submitting that form, this event will be triggered on submit. And here we don't want to submit the form as it is. Instead, we need to call a user-defined method on report add. This is the method, and passing these parameters. And here, the file, the upload, this variable, this is the array buffer corresponding to that file which we are uploading. And this method on report add, that we have defined in this file. Here we are invoking that on report add, and when we invoke that, it is calling this method add medical record and passing this parameter report. And here inside that report, this object, we have these values. These are all the variable we have set inside this object, report object. Here what we are doing is we are just calling upload file, this method. Inside that upload file, we are uploading this file to IPFS using the IPFS.add method. IPFS we have declared as IPFS client, and passing these parameter host, port, and a protocol. These values are corresponding to our local IPFS. Here it is localhost and running on the port number 5001, and that value we are passing here. Even though it is running in the localhost, that will be connected to public IPFS. When you call this IPFS.add method, that will be uploaded to IPFS, and then it will return the CID, content identifier. So that content identifier, we are setting this hash value. We are overwriting this upload value, that parameter value, with that hash value. Earlier that was array buffer. Now this object has all the parameters, these all values, and then instead of that the file hash, we have now the hash, the CID. If there any error occurs, if it is not successfully uploaded into the IPFS, it will return an error. It will not process further. After save that file into IPFS, we are calling that API. And here we have that object passing in the body. And this is the function name add report. So let me open that part also, the add report. So the request, this is the Node.js server application, and here the request will come here because it's a post request. Yeah, that will come here, and that in turn will call invoke transaction, this method. And here that arguments we are passing, here we are passing the arguments, these arguments as an object, and here we are extracting that argument. Here in this function we are extracting that argument values. This is the add report method that we have defined in the chain code. And here these parameters are corresponding. This is our image hash, the hash value, CID value corresponding to our file, and these are all other parameters which we are passing from here, these values. Then we are submitting the transaction that will in turn call the chain code method. Here we have the chain code asset transfer, patient info, this add report. Here the add report, we are invoking this add report that will be stored in the blockchain. Now let me show you that we already have saved that. When you click on this open, this is the content of that file we have uploaded. This is the file I have uploaded. And the same file we have retrieved from the IPFS. Let's see the data inside the CouchDB also. Here this is corresponding to the hospital. There is no private collection, only public collection is there. Here for this user, this is the file we have uploaded. These are the public details: patient ID, report name and report number. And if you open the CouchDB for the laboratory, there will be private details also. These are the private details, and corresponding to this user, this is the record, and here the image hash, these are the private details for that record corresponding to that report, result, procedure, introduction, this all. And this is our CID corresponding to our file. Using this CID, content identifier, we can retrieve the file from IPFS. Let's see what is the CID returning when you upload the file. Now let's see what is there in the hash value. Let the hash save. Okay, here it is showing the hash value corresponding to this file. If you search this using this hash inside the IPFS, files, and here you can see the file, and if you search using that CID, you can see the file has been uploaded, and to see the content you can download and open. This file we have downloaded from the IPFS. So As I already told you, the IPFS is a peer-to-peer network for storing and sharing data in a distributed file system. This is a public file system. You can see the peers. The number of peers 711. So this is a public IPFS. This will be keep on changing, and whatever files you have uploaded, that will be available to anyone connected to this network. If you want to have private networks, you need to set up IPFS for your network participating in the Hyperledger Fabric. I am displaying the file content. When you click on this open link that I have implemented, I will show the code how I have done that. To get the file uploaded into IPFS, I have written a small function here, get image, and here I am passing this hash, the same hash value we need to pass here in this format, ipfs.io/ipfs plus hash and file name, and it is opening in a new window. So that's all I am doing to open the file when you click on this link. If you have any further questions related to IPFS, you can ask in the below section. I will respond to that. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.